Welcome to the briefing. Please pay particular attention as what we're going to discuss is very important. First, we must diagram the location of the most recent spate of killings. This is Commercial Road. And this is Whitechapel High Street. Middlesex Street is right here. Montague is right here. And Cannon Street Road is right here. This should give you some degree of orientation. The first victim is found here. The victim's name was Mary Ann Nichols. She was found lying here. Now, we must extend the map to include Commercial Street here, where the second victim was found here, Annie Chapman. She was found in a backyard in an enclosed area, whereas Mary Ann Nichols was found on the side of the street in the morning. Both had been badly mutilated. We did find a few clues. This is one of the 3 coins found next to the body of Annie Chapman. 1 penny, dated 1875. There was also an envelope with a coat of arms on it, and a piece of broken mirror and a comb. There were hardly any effects found on Miss Nichols, but they are both presumed to be ladies of the night. Victim number 3, Elizabeth Stride, was found here. Once again, Miss Stride seemed to be a lady of the night. She was found mutilated, but it did seem that the perpetrator was interrupted in his work, and he proceeded farther down Whitechapel High. In this area here, victim number 4 was found. Miss Catherine Eddowes. Miss Eddowes was found much more mutilated. It seems that the perpetrator had substantial time to commit his vile act. Finally, on the other side of Commercial Street, not far off from Annie Chapman, we have found the unfortunate body of Miss Mary Jane Kelly. This poor soul was the most mutilated of all. We do believe that since he had the privacy of an enclosed room, he was able to inflict his most darkest and lurid acts upon her. So, we have 5 victims who are almost certainly perpetrated by the same suspect. There are also some other tertiary reports of victims who may or may not be victims of this murderer. Here was found the body of Emma Smith in the corner of Brick Lane and Wentworth Street. And very close to her was found the body of Martha Tabram, or Turner, found at the George Yard buildings on Wentworth Street. She was actually the first of all of these unfortunates to have fallen. However, I'm not entirely convinced that this was the same fiend who killed her. If we move slightly over to Castle Alley, we have found the body of Alice Mackenzie, another victim, but we're not certain that she had anything to do with this killer. Finally, down here at Swallow Gardens, we find the body of Frances Coase, possibly another victim of the Ripper. Of course, we're uncertain. What we must do is patrol. We have some descriptions of this fiend. And we will now do a rudimentary sketch. This is a male, and he is, in fact, wearing a long coat. Which appears to be of an expensive cut. He is likely wearing gloves. He is also wearing a collar and a tie, as well as a vest. He is dressed somewhat like a gentleman. A good look at his face has not occurred, however, he is seen to be wearing a hunting-style deerstalker hat. He does seem to have a mustache. It is possible that he is a member of the medical profession. It is also possible that he may be wearing a leather apron. Which implies he could be a butcher. At the site of Annie Chapman, there was a leather apron found within 5 feet of the body. It is quite possible, due to the nature of the injuries, that this fiendish individual is either a butcher or someone with medical knowledge. As you know, Whitechapel is a maze of narrow streets, dark alleyways, and covered areas, fenced-in yards, doll's houses, and other various places that can afford this fiend cover and protection. It is imperative that all of you carry torches, stay within earshot of each other, pay particular attention to any man matching this description. There was also a report of grapes being found next to one of the bodies. The grapes had been eaten. However, as we all know, grapes are a luxury that is not afforded by many residents of Whitechapel. That may be a clue that this fiend is a man of means. This fiend has also sent a letter written in red ink. He addressed it, "Dear Boss." And in his letter, he described his joy in committing these deeds, and he signed it, Jack the Ripper. We cannot assume that his name is Jack simply because he chooses to be addressed with this name, as of course it is quite a common name. It is obviously not his real given name. Our profilers have determined this is most likely an educated man with medical knowledge or butcher knowledge, possibly a deranged person. This will not be an easy task, gentlemen. You must be on guard. but you must protect the citizens of Whitechapel, as these crimes give no indication of letting up soon. I now turn the briefing over to questions.